The names of African countries spanning from the dawn of decolonization are colorful with interesting etymologies and origins. Some are specific, some are typical, and others are just random. Some have gone through name changes while others have their origins lost to history. Anyways, here are the country names of Africa. Like, subscribe, and share please to help us. Thanks and enjoy. Some country names are pretty obvious in regards to their locations. South Africa and Central African Republic are self-explanatory as they are located in the south and at the center of Africa respectively. Other nations have their locational names because the core country names were taken. Examples of these are Equatorial Guinea and South Sudan. Equatorial Guinea is the Guinea that is closest to the equator, while South Sudan is south of Sudan. Cape Verde may be less obvious in location, however, it comes from its position across the mainland Cape, across from Senegal. Other countries, though, are not based on locations, but rather from ideologies. Liberia, a country formed from the indigenous people and returning slaves from America, derives its name from liberty. To the east of Liberia, Ghana was named the Gold Coast before receiving its eventual name, meaning Warrior King. Its neighbor Togo derives its name because it's by the water. Cameroon got its name as back then there was an abundance of shrimp in the Wouri River. Have you ever wondered what Burkina Faso meant? This country derived its name in 1983, replacing the previous name of Upper Volta. Burkina Faso means land of the honest men, so I guess they never lie. Back when explorers noticed a difference between the lighter people of the northern Sahara and the darker people beneath the Sahara, Guinea was given to the name of the southern Sahara region, meaning burnt people. However, the country Guinea claimed its name in its independence. Moving south of Africa, Malawi got its name from the sun's reflection off Lake Malawi, resembling flames of fire, while Zimbabwe is more subtle as it means a house of stones. Namibia's name is more dramatic, as its name is an area where there is nothing, from the Namib Desert. To the east, Tanzania is the only African country with an amalgamation of two nations. It is a combination of Tanganyika and Zanzibar. Rwanda's name derives from the local language meaning big country. Some countries derive their names from simpler terms like their capital cities. Such cities are Algeria, Tunisia, Guinea-Bissau, Djibouti, and Morocco, after Algiers, Tunis, Bissau, Djibouti, and Marrakesh respectively. Then there are some countries named after people. Mauritius got its name from Dutch Prince Maurice of Nassau, and Mozambique is named after an Arab trader called Sheikh Musa ben Mbiki. Sao Tome and Principe is named after the Apostle St. Thomas because it was discovered on St. Thomas' Day. Principe comes from the Prince of Portugal Seychelles, named after Jean Moreau de Seychelles, Louis XV's Minister of Finance. While most of the islands were named after people, there are many African nations named after its people. Eswatini is named after the Swazi, Botswana is named after the Tswana people, and Lesotho is named after the Basotho. Up in East Africa, Somalia is named after the Somalis, while Ethiopia and Sudan are named after the land of the blacks. However, they are derived from different languages, as Ethiopia is from ancient Greek language while Sudan is Arabic. Up north, Libya comes from the Libyans, while Mauritania is from the Maori or the Moors. Next, there are countries named after glorious kingdoms. Burundi is named after the Kingdom of Burundi, Uganda comes from the Buganda Kingdom, and Angola is from the Kingdom of Angola. So most of the names of African countries come from a landmark that defines the countries themselves. The River Niger gives its inspiration to Nigeria and Niger, Chad comes from the Lake Chad, and Benin comes from the Bight of Benin. The Gambia, which went through two name changes in the 2000s, is named after the Gambia River, and both Congos are named after the Congo River. Senegal is of course named after the Senegal River, and Zambia all the way down south is named after the Zambezi River. While most of these countries are named after bodies of water, you have a country like Kenya, which is named after Mount Kenya. Sierra Leone is named after the Lion Mountains. The connection between lions and mountains still remains anyone's guess. Ivory Coast is self-explanatory, but it relates to the geographical landmark area. Back to the east, Eritrea means land of the Red Sea. Not many African countries are named after objects like Gabon, meaning cloak in Portuguese in relation to the Como River. Comoros is named after the moon, and Mali is named after hippopotamus, even though it's from an old Mali kingdom. Legend says the first Malian emperor transformed into a hippo upon his death. Now you have some names which have a long history and a corruption of meanings as visitors mispronounce or misspell the names. Madagascar, for example, by the locals is called Madagaskara. However, its name was given by Marco Polo, who confused the island with Mogadishu, calling it Madagascar. Egypt, on the other hand, means Temple of the Soul of Ptah. But again, it's also a corruption of the word Memphis, and even in its history, Egypt has another name, Kemet, meaning black country, in reference to the rich soil. When you look across the names of all African countries, there are some interesting concepts. Chad is the shortest country name, while the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe is the longest African country name, though most people just call it Sao Tome and Principe. Mozambique is the only country with all 5 vowels in it. 19 countries changed their names after their independence, while Greek, French, and Portuguese are the derivation of most of the African country names. S is the most common letter to start a country's name, and The Gambia is the only African country to have a definite article in its name. Question: if you had the power to change a name of any African country, which country would it be and what would be the name change? Thanks for watching. Will we see you in the next one?